No, you kind of said, oh, it took you 13 years for the thing. But I
Mm.
think it's a better way to do it because the amount of people, even here, like I was taking on people sometimes, they had like a master's degree. They couldn't turn on a fax machine or something, like they couldn't do it. And you're going, what are you learning? Like you're teaching them everything. Whereas when you're working, you're not just shooting the breeze and just taking, this is a DOS. Because most people, they don't even turn up and they don't care. And if they have a good memory, they can pass the exams and that's enough. Whereas
Exactly.
when you're working, you actually see the benefit of certain things that you're studying. Like I don't, like I was young when I went to, I done construction economics and management. I was 17, turning on 18. And like I couldn't get a job afterwards, but when I did, I just kept studying. I kept doing courses. I got another diploma in project management and everything, and I really enjoyed doing that and study. But it was shocking for me the amount of people with different qualifications that hadn't a clue. And I know we're going to go into the management. What I've learned is I look at their career, have they been working, and I know they're going to be better. And even from a younger age as well, what have they been doing? Have they been mealing? Because they're workers as opposed to academics, because a lot of them,
Mm.
they go away, they do the masters and then they do the, PhD, and then they want to go back into college. So it's like, that's their profession, is to stay in the university. And I
Yeah.
think, yeah, a lot of people should have a look at their career path, to kind of study at the weekend or at night. I know it's a lot at
Mm.
the thing, but I think because when you finish, you're way ahead. Because
Absolutely.
I think that's why you got really good positions, because you have so much work experience as opposed to the person coming out. It might be even a few years, but they're done at the end, and then they have to build up, and there's competition. So people should reevaluate the education system and how they look at it.
I think that's true too. And be careful what listen to what people say, but then do what you want to do. I think that's important. I remember when I first started my degree, I was working at a law firm, as I mentioned. And I went out for lunch with a colleague and I said, oh, I've just started this degree. I'm really excited. She said, oh, what's that involve? And I said, oh, well, I've got 9 hours of lectures a week. And, I work my weekends and study and all that kind of stuff. And she said, how long is it going to take you? And at that point, I thought it would take me about 8 years. She said, 8 years? Why would you bother? That was her response. And, it took me a heck of a lot longer than that because I changed degrees. I changed from a BA to a behavioral science degree, but it was worth it. And I think it's the definition of resilience. You don't kind of sit down watching TV every night. You get home from work. I was married at the time, my stepson, whatever. You do what you've got to do from a family perspective, and then you just kind of roll up your sleeves and you get it done. And I tried lots of study strategies. I mean, I would do that at night time, and other times I would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and study for 2 hours, and then get ready to go off to work, go to college or university that night, and get home about 9 o'clock, and get up and do it all over again. I tried many different ways, but I always gave myself a day off, and that day off was Saturday, so that I could spend me time, family time, whatever I needed to do. But Sundays was my study day, and I think family and friends at the time probably paid a little bit of the price, no doubt. But because I didn't get to spend as much time with them as I would have liked to. But at the end of the day, it's, definitely paid off for me.